Welcome back, and in this video we're continuing a remake of the ZX Spectrum classic Jetpack. Right now Jetman is a bit floaty, so he takes a little bit of time to get moving, and when he does he gets up to speed. So what I want to do in this one is I want to, instead of doing that, I'm going to set the velocity. So instead of adding force, I'm going to add velocity. So the way I want to do that is if we have an upward, let's try it left to right first of all. So let's have private vector to velocity, and then we're going to say velocity plus equals new vector to horizontal times horizontal multiplier, vertical times vertical multiplier. So it looks very similar to what we had before, but what I want to say is if velocity magnitude is greater than or equal to 8, I want to clamp it to 8. Now this is a magic number for the maximum velocity of Jetman. Velocity equals velocity dot normalized times 8. Okay, and then we're going to do rb dot velocity equals velocity. Will this work? Maybe. My worry is that it's not going to have gravity applied to it. So if I go left to right, hopefully that'll work. So I'll go left to right. That's far too slow, obviously, but it is more responsive. And if I go up, that's okay, but he's going to keep going up unless he has gravity applied to him. So the horizontal multiplier, what's the horizontal multiplier? Let's make that 16. And let's make that 16 as well. So it's all really to get the sort of the feel of the original game. Yeah. So if actually we need to do if velocity, actually if horizontal equals 0, so dot x equals 0. If horizontal, sorry, if vertical equals 0, velocity dot y equals 0. And I know it feels like we're reinventing the wheel with physics, but the problem is it's not given the right feel for it. Oh, the other thing as well is we need to change that max thing there. What the heck is that bit defender? Okay, so we need to have our max speed as well. So we need to have private float max speed equals 16f. So we're going to check that down here to see if it's that. And we're going to multiply by that, and that gets rid of that magic number. And we're not going to need to add force again, so we'll get rid of that. So we'll go descending. So he's not moving left and right now, unless I make him move left and right. There's the problem that he's not acting to gravity now, which is not good. So we need to have something that pulls him down as well. which I think we can apply. So I think we could just do we could do velocity dot y plus equals, and then it's going to be 0.5 times 9 point, oh well, it's going to be negative 9, is it negative down the way, or is it, what way around does it go? I can't remember now. I think it's negative, yeah, it's negative. Negative 8.1 f, oops, 0.81 f times time dot delta time. So in this case here, what we're doing is we're doing a half gt squared. Actually, it's going to be that times 2 times that. So hopefully that's going to pull him down. It's pulling him down, but not fast enough. I don't know if you can see that, but it is actually pulling him down. If we bring him over to here, it's probably a little bit more noticeable. Yeah, see, he's actually going down there. So gravity's not, let's do it 98, 8.1. We just need to pull him down to the ground. So the reason why I'm doing it is because I still want the physics to like pick him up, and so he still reacts with it, but he does eventually fall down. Well, not far enough. Let's get rid of that. You'd think that would be. Oh, that's going to be, yeah, okay. So that's going to be gravity. So we're going to say private vector, actually it's going to be private float, gravity equals that. And then we're going to say gravity equals plus equals that. And then we're going to add gravity to it. So that's probably going to pull them right. It's going to go pull them right down. Alright, this takes too long here. Okay, so pull up like that, and then again he's falling. Not falling fast enough. Oh, that's better, he is falling. Okay, and then once he touches ground, then we need to make sure that gravity doesn't affect him. So it's only when he's in the air that he gets affected by it. So actually, it's only going to be if velocity dot y is not equal to 0. So in other words, if we haven't got any y velocity, then we add gravity to it. Because if he doesn't have any y velocity, we're not moving up. No, that's it. Okay. So much more difficult to get up to the top there, yeah. Yeah, okay. So if velocity y equals 0, we want to pull it down to the ground there. Yeah, because it means I'm not going up. But similarly, if I hit the ground, I want to reset that value as well. So that's the thing I need to do next. So if I do that, that should let me get up to the top here, albeit slowly. Like that. And then when I let go, I should fall down. Actually, what's our fuel? Our fuel drops, doesn't it? Physics object, here we go. Oh, it's a physics object. That would make sense. Okay. This is not as good as I thought it was going to be, but okay. We don't need half there, because that's only adding half of that. And then we want to reset gravity to be on collision enter 2D. Oh yeah, so if we want to also check and see if vert is greater than 0. What is the purpose of this? If vert is greater than 0, make it vert, otherwise make it 0. Why did I put that in there? Okay, well, let's leave it in there, but let's also see if vert is not equal to 0, gravity equals 0. Because we want to reset every time the player presses that up button. Yeah, every time they press up, we want to reset gravity. We also want to make it faster for them than that, so that's quite slow. But then we want to go whoop, and then that should. Is that? It feels like we're. Okay. Okay. So max speed is probably off, so it should be 24. And then the next thing we'll need to do is gravity is, I think that's dividing it by that, and so that's causing a problem because it's going to be a fraction. So if it's going to be like a half multiplied by half is going to give you a quarter. Oh, that's not good. Left and right's not working, but what happens if he drops? Oh, he drops like a stone. Whoa. Okay. speed. So why is max? So max speed's wrong. Max speed. Okay. Velocity normalized max speed. If horizontal equals 0, velocity x equals 0, which is right. Okay. Oh, it looks like it plants in the ground there. Yeah, that's not good. I think once we touch the ground, we need to figure out where, like when we hit the ground or hit one of these blocks here. Where's the scene? Yeah, here's the scene here. So we have our platforms. So we get left center platform, right center platform, platforms. So these are all platforms. And if we go to, where's the barriers? Ground barrier. So ground barrier is also a platform. Okay, so if we figure out that you've hit the platform and you're above the platform, then what we want to do is we want to not apply velocity. So we want to say private will apply gravity. So we don't want to apply gravity. So on collision enter 2D, so we want to say else if collision.gameObject.tag equals platform, gravity equals false. On collision exit 2D, if collision.gameObject.tag equals platform, apply gravity equals true. So only apply gravity if you've left a platform. So if velocity equals 0, in other words, they're not touching anything, and apply gravity, do that. But just for here, we need to do gravity equals 0. So gravity equals 0 when you hit a platform. Okay. Right. So spaceship falls, Jetman lands, they're on there. So I lift up and I can move left and right. And I'm falling and I'm still walking and all is right in the world. Okay. Still not as fast up there, but I think that's okay-ish. Because I think I can keep the left and right axis still going. It's still quite slow, but I'm okay with that. That's fine. Okay, so that's that coming along nicely. It's added a hell of a lot more code than I thought I was going to have to do here, but at least it's working. Right, so the next thing is once you leave the platform, you should be in flight mode. And to do that, I need to go back to our, not that one. I need to go back to the sprite editor. So this is the flight mode graphics here. Now, right now I have this here, which is currently 14 by whatever it is, and then this one here is going to be much more than 14 by whatever it is. So I'm going to duplicate it just now. So Command D, and it's not too bad. So obviously this is going to be 16. And that's the height, and then the width is going to be 16. Sorry. Let's put that there, and then let's put that there. Okay, so that's 16 by 24. So each one of these is going to be 16 by 24. No, that one's not going to be 16 by 24. Of course not. Because why would it be 16 by 24? No, it's 16 by 24. That's fine. So we align them all with the top there. And again, we only need the right facing one, which is that one there. Okay, and that is good. Okay, and I don't really care about these two straggly ones over here. So this is going to be called Flight 1. Flight 2. Flight 3. Flight 4. Alright. So because these are all 16 by 24, I need to make these 16 by 24. So these are going to be 24, and I'm going to increase that by 1, and that by 1. I'm going to do that for the rest of these. Okay, and I'm going to click on apply, and it's good. All right. And now go back to Jetman. So prefabs here. So our Jetman, we have our shape, which has got our one there, and then we have, let's call it public in-flight sprites. And then we'll say it is in flight. So in flight. Okay. And then idle is going to be the same thing here, which is going to be 0, the 0th flight. Actually, for that one, when do we call this one? In flight. Oh yeah, okay, so that's in vertical, we do idle. So for that one, we need to do if in flight return. So we don't want to touch it if we're returning. But if we land, so if we go back to our locomotion, when we land on there, the platform, what we need to do is we need to do shape. Is it? Do we have access to the shape here? I think we do. Jetman shape, yeah, there you go. Idle. We also need to loom. Let's do copy instantiate cloud. We haven't defined that yet. Copy.transform. Oops. Copy.transform.position equals GameObject.transform.position. And our cloud we will define up here. So we'll do GameObject cloud. And our cloud, if we go up to Jetman, so there we go, we got our shape, shadow, and then we get cloud here. Go back to our prefabs, and then we have our explosion, which is going to be our cloud. So every time you land on there, it's going to go and set off a little puff of smoke. Like that. Well, every time you leave, I guess. And we haven't told it to go into in-flight yet. But when you drop down, okay, and let's make that +8. Where are we? Player died. Player exits. So when you, oh, that's when you exit. Oops. Collision exit, collision enter. Okay. So we need to do idle here, like that, and then we say Jetman shape dot is flying equals false, and then in here we then do plus actually we can negative new vector 2 0,8, 0. I'm going to move it 8 down that way. And then we want to say Jetman shape is in flight equals true. So once we leave, we give a little puff of smoke, and then we make sure that the player is in flight. No reference. There's that. Oh shoot, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So inside our Jetman, we need to apply the shapes. So we have our shape. So we get in-flight sprites. Lock that off there, and I'm going to do flight 1 through to flight 4. And drag that into there, so we get flight 1, flight 2, flight 3, flight 4. Idle flight frame, that's all good. And let's play. Oh, I didn't like that either. Oh, right. Whoa. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. So, or renderer equals null. So if when we call this, it's calling it from, it's dropping down and it's calling idle, and that's what's causing that problem there. So that's going to fix that. So now when we lift off, we are now flying, and we are now flying as Jetman. And if we drop down here, there we go. And you can see there's a little puff of smoke, and we drop down, and we jump up. It's still far too slow, but everything's a little bit better now. You can see that he's going up here. Oh yeah, it's starting to come together now. Oh, nice. Okay, now he's walking again, taking off. What's nice is that we actually get a little win here. So if we go in here and we walk off here, he just automatically goes into his fly mode, which is great because it detects that it's off the platform, and that's why it's doing that, which is perfect. All right, okay. All right. Let me think and sort of, what else can we do in the video? I think what we can do is we can create a little bit better way to do the locomotion. So up here we have the velocity, which is vector 2, but what if we split that out? And so we had velocity equals that plus that. But then we're normalizing it to there. What if instead we did if velocity dot x is greater than max speed, x equals max speed. If velocity dot y greater than max speed equals max speed. And then get rid of this. And then let's have that as x speed and y speed. So we can go faster vertically than we can horizontally. So max x speed, let's make that 24. And our max y speed, what if we make that 48? Which is probably too high, but we'll see. So it's doing kind of the same thing. So okay, that's whoa, okay. That wasn't good. Yeah, that's not good. So what we need to do is math.abs is greater than that. So then we do that times mathf sine velocity.x. Okay, and then this one here is going to be mathf.abs. So again, we're just checking the absolute value. So that it's not going to go off the screen to the left, because what it's doing there is it was trying to see if it was greater than the negative x, and of course it's not going to be greater than negative x. All right, let's try it that way. Okay, that's fine. So that's x and y. I still think that's a bit too slow, and then the y feels a bit better. The gravity's got to be a little bit more powerful, but actually, see when you touch that, I think you got to do a little proof of smoke as well when you land, just to sort of hide that transition. Right, so I think the maximum x value needs to be increased, so I'm going to make that 32. So that's our maximum x speed, and then for our maximum y speed, let's make that 64. Which I think may be a bit too high, but we'll see. Actually, that feels about right. And I think what we could do is, so the walk speed is that, but I think in the actual game, I think the maximum airspeed is different. I think you're a bit more maneuverable in the air. So let's say private float max air, x air speed. Let's make that also 64. So our max speed, max x speed equals in air. Jet is in air. Max speed. Okay. now we can do this. Oh, shoot. That. Okay. So if you're in the air, you're going to be a bit more maneuverable left and right, which kind of makes sense because you should be faster when you've got a jetpack attached to you. So this is your walking speed, but when you go into the air, see, you're just a little bit more maneuverable. See, it's a little bit faster. So you're going like that speed there, and then when you get to the walk, you're a little bit slower, which makes sense. It does, doesn't it? Just a little bit faster, and then we just need to pull you down just a little bit further with that. So maybe that's negative 24. So we pull you down, negative 24. When you're in the air, it might actually be negative 64 when I come to think of it, because you want to get pulled down with the same amount that you've gone up. Oh, that feels really responsive now. Oh, that feels a lot better. Still a little bit hangy, but it's a lot better than it was. A bit trapped there. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's not good. We need to check to see if that's the case. So on collision enter, if it's platform, it needs to be on top of it. So we need to say if GameObject dot transform dot position dot y is greater than GameObject dot transform dot position dot y, then we do all this. So it means that we can go into the bumper. We can bump underneath the bottom here. So if we go into here, you're still flying. Whereas before you touch that, but when you go to this point here and you drop down, you're now walking, and now you're flying, and now you're walking, and then when you go under here, you are going to be flying still. Okay, and then similarly, you're flying there, and you're still flying there. Okay, and I don't mind those little, see how you get that little puff there because it's touching this side here. I don't mind that. I think the original game does that anyway. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, this is coming together now. Yeah, that feels like that's got to be the maximum Y. So max airspeed. So the gravity's got to be maximum airspeed. Feel it in my bones. Let's make that maximum airspeed is 64. So you should be getting pulled down at 64. Because if you're going up there at that speed, you should be able to pull down at that speed. That makes sense. Do that. Yeah, that feels a lot better. I know I keep saying it feels a lot better. You guys are listening to me in the video going like, "What are you talking about? It feels a lot better." It just feels a lot better. It feels more like Jetpack than certainly the very floaty one that was Unity physics. This feels like Jetpack. All right. The only thing that's left in the game then is getting the laser in, killing aliens, and switching between the different aliens. And that's really the game, because this is the only screen that you've got in the game. So yeah, I think we'll leave that one for the next video. Yeah, we may as well finish this rocket while we're here, and we'll catch you in the next one. But yeah, I'm glad that I spent some time doing this, because I was kind of concerned as to how we were going to do that. But yeah, that works. So we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it the old thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it the old thumbs down. Leave a comment below as well. All of these things help rises up in the YouTube algos, and I really appreciate it, because it really drives the channel forward a little bit. And as always, if you did enjoy this, you got this far, and you want timely reminders of when I put new videos up, then don't forget to hit the old subscribe button and notification bell, and YouTube will work its algorithms and give unto you these videos, whatever, or not. It's up to you. It's a free country. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.